Welcome to Sandwich Chamber Presents, a program that highlights the members of the Sandwich Chamber of Commerce. My name is Joe Arno, I am your host, and with me is Lori Whittle from the Sandwich Gridiron Club. Welcome, Lori.
Hi, Joe.
You are currently the president of the group?
I am. I'm the president of the Sandwich Gridiron this year. I've been with the Gridiron for 4 years now, so slowly worked myself into different positions, and it's been interesting and fun this year.
And what makes up the Sandwich Gridiron?
Well, right now we have 4 board members. There's myself as president, Monica Peterson is vice president, Sue Conlin is the treasurer, and Elise Manning is the secretary. And then we have some other members that come and join us on a pretty regular basis.
One of the things that first surprised me, full disclosure, just so we know, I am a fan of the Gridiron and the football program, so I've been involved for quite a few years. And one of the things that struck me was, there we go.
There you go. See, that looks so much better.
Yeah. It's primarily women that are running the program, and from watching TV all these years, whatever it is, I always thought it'd be the guys running the program, and you guys do a fantastic job. And you love the game, you love the kids.
We love the game, we love the kids. I think when it started out, just looking back on paperwork, I don't know all of the people that started it, but I think there were a lot more of the men involved, and we would love to get the men involved because there's plenty to do. I think what tends to happen is because we're doing more fundraising and community events, the guys tend to support the kids more on the sidelines and in different activities like that. But there's plenty, and we would love to have the men's input in a lot of this too.
What is the mission of the Gridiron Club?
Well, it's an all-volunteer organization, and our main mission is just to support the Sandwich High School football team and the coaches, the parents, and the community. What we try to do is really kind of involve everybody. Year after year, we try to add a little bit more. I know the boys get involved in the Sandwich Fest, in the North Pole Express, cleaning up after the town fair. I know last year a few of the football players got involved in helping the fish hatchery rebed some of the clam beds.
The clam beds, yeah.
Yeah, they're very much involved. I mean, it's a great group of boys. It really is. And they're really involved in the community, and in return the community is involved with them. And we're just trying to get a little bit more of a closer relationship.
And being part of the Sandwich Fest program myself, the kids were fantastic. They helped set up, they helped clean up, they kept it running, and a couple of them actually entertained the groups by walking around in a sandwich outfit, and where they were the sandwich of Sandwich Fest. It was a lot of fun.
You should have seen them as elves. It was hysterical.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, these big burly, football players all dressed up as elves. But they had a blast, and honestly, they love doing this kind of stuff, which is nice to see, because it gives them more to look forward to. The football team and all of that is great, and the coaches and the school have that well under control and well in place. And it's just the little extras that the boosters get to do to make the whole high school experience fun for them.
I've been involved, or my kids have been involved in the sport since they went into freshman year, so 5 years now. And there's definitely, I think, a momentum where the kids are coming together as a team, not just on the field, but because of the Pasta D's that are the Pasta dinners that come through the Gridiron Club and are organized. They really have gelled on and off the field, and it's a great group of kids, like you had said.
It is. It's very apparent this year. I think it started over the last year or so, with a lot of leadership from past captains and teammates. And this year it really has taken off. I mean, they refer to each other as family. Yeah. They have their Band of Brothers, shirts that just kind of shows. And it's good because they're accountable to each other. I think that is really a big deal in times like this where high school can be a little bit crazy. Yeah. They're accountable to each other, and they look out for each other.
They do. And it's evident in a lot of things they do and a lot of things they don't do. Right. And the things that they stick together, and it's been a great experience. Yeah. Really happy my boys are involved in it.
Yeah, me also.
So the mission is you raise money.
We raise money.
One of the biggest things you do is to raise money. And what is that money spent on?
Well, soup to nuts. I mean, we do anything from replacing jerseys. We do food on the bus for the kids when they go away. We put on a big pasta dinner for the players this year, and also all the alumni the night before Thanksgiving for the big Thanksgiving game. We do the awards night. We do pretty much anything that we can do to help things out. You know, the kids go bowling in their off week just before, you know, the season is over. Pretty much anything that's necessary. I know in the past, with help from the Kiwanis Club and the Sandwich Athletic Boosters, we were able to raise enough money to redo the weight room.
Yeah.
We had matching funds from them. We were able to do different equipment that the coaches need to kind of do the film, headsets, anything that we can do that could help the program better, you know, succeed, better work. Usually we get together with the coaches before the season starts and try to get some sort of an idea as to what's needed. But it's just kind of the general overall feel for football.
And one of the biggest contributions probably is in the weight room. Their emphasis has been, these kids since the last year, Thanksgiving Day parade, Thanksgiving Day game, they have been in the weight room. And the team so far this year has done very well. They've definitely improved. They're stronger, they're more confident. And not only does it help them compete better, but it keeps them safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they're like that. So that's been great.
I think this team decided the day after Thanksgiving the season started. And a good majority of them were in the weight room since
Absolutely.
then. And I think it does make a difference, not just, you know, in building up their strength and endurance. I know they came into this season well prepared, but also time spent together. I think that's what's helped.
And that's where the accountability comes in as well.
Yeah.
They know who's not in there, they know who needs the work, and they help each other build that strength. So some of the fundraisers, one of my favorite, and I think anybody who buys one, and are these still available?
They are still available. The boys aren't selling them anymore, which I think is where the confusion is. If you go to thesandwichgridiron.com, you can order them online, or you can send a check to our P.O. box, which all that information is online, and we'll mail it right out to you. There are some at the high school, at the office, if people are on a regular basis going there. And we're looking for other businesses, you know, especially some that are on the card, to maybe take some in stock and have them available. We haven't really talked to any of the businesses. That would be new this year. So we're just trying to see where else we can make them available, because they're a great deal.
They are, and they're a fabulous gift as a business person in town. If you want to garner some goodwill with clients or prospective clients, or somebody who's given you some business or helped you out along the way, I've been handing these things out, and they last for a year. And what they are is it's a discount card. It's $10, and it's a discount card for many businesses in town and also out of town.
I think at least half of the businesses on the card are chamber members.
Yeah.
5 or 6 of them are completely out of town. Bigger chains like Not Your Average Joe's and Sam Diego's and Jiffy Lube. And
so it's from restaurants, Ardeo's, Lely's Pizza, Surf's Up, Marshland, Happy Tails.
Ace
for
Hardware.
dogs. You have for landscapers, you have Scenic Roots, the deli's in there, a whole bunch. It's absolutely a great value. I mean, some of these things it'll pay for itself in one visit.
Right, it's only $10. And I know a lot of the other cards are being sold in other communities for $20. And I don't know that they offer half as much as we do.
It's a great program. And the other nice thing on it is this year the card isn't this big, it's actually this big. So it fits in your wallet. You don't have to whip this thing out every time you want to get a discount. But it also has a small card where you can see the schedule for the varsity games, which is fantastic. And actually, there is a change coming up on some of these. So
just the Marshfield
Marshfield game. So check on the Gridiron, sandwichgridiron.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sandwichgridiron.com for the most recent. And on the schedule there is not just the varsity game, but also you have the JV games,
And the freshman
games.
Yeah, and those are kind of fun too. I know, we do a lot of focus on the varsity team, as we should. But I think the JV and the freshman games, those are held in the afternoon. Usually if we're away, they're held here. Like for this next weekend, I know there's JV and varsity, JV and freshman games being held here at the high school. And those are fun to watch too, because those are also a great group of kids, but it's right here at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not, at night when it's starting to get cooler, or it's not, the Friday night games here for the varsity are an event. They're well attended by a lot of the kids. It's nice to know they're all in one place and safe. But it's a great event. But the other kids, it's a good game to watch.
And if you haven't been to a Friday night game behind the Stop and Shop, it is a blast. The town does come out. It's not just parents of the kids there. We have neighbors that join us, friends, family. The place is packed. There are lots of kids running around playing games with their friends, and so far this year the football has been fantastic. It's been a great game, and the JV games have been exciting too. The last couple that I was able to see. It's just exciting. Great football.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. The program is really doing well this year, and I think, with the way that we've set things up to support them, and the way that the school has supported them and the coaches, I think they're going to continue to do well. Now,
it seems like there's a lot of ways that money comes into the program, but often the money is not. It appears that it's going to the football team, but it's actually not. It goes to the general fund for the school.
Right.
So can you separate where those lines are so that people know where their money is actually going?
I know that for the $150 that we pay for the sports, that everybody pays for their sports, I believe that goes to the general fund. And these I'm not sure if. I just know they don't go to the football program, directly.
Right.
And also all the money that they pay at the gates for the football team, I think it's $5 for adults and $4 for students. That goes into the general sports fund also. So that even though it's at a football game, it doesn't get given directly to the football program. We as the Gridiron have permission to sell season tickets. So what we do every year is we sell packets of season tickets at a reduced rate, so it's beneficial for the parents or the supporters. And that money does stay directly with the Gridiron, which goes directly to the football team.
And that's a fantastic deal. If you catch it at the beginning of the year,
I
believe it was 5 tickets per game for a home game.
5 tickets per game for each home game, and this year we had 7. And it was $125, or 2 tickets per game, like if it's just appearance, for all 7 for $50. And that also included the program book that we do every year.
But strongly suggest you buy the 5-pack so you can bring friends and family, and support the program, because it is absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
And you have lots of gear to sell too. Another way you guys raise money is through some of your high quality sweatshirts. This one is not for sale, I don't believe.
No, that I believe.
This is the team has.
Yep.
It's a team shirt.
Yep.
And
we do that also on the website. We've kind of found that, now with the Gridiron, obviously a volunteer organization, we only have so many volunteers, and each person only has so much time. And then with their own children playing in the games, it's been more and more difficult to set up booths at the games. So we started to do it online, and that seems to have worked. Because you can pay for it right online, you can see what we have. We just have a smaller variety of sweatshirts, t-shirts. We have some really neat fleece blankets this year, which come in handy at the games. I think we sold 2 or 3 of them at the last game.
Right.
Winter hats, and then just the regular baseball style caps.
Yeah. Sweatshirt, I have one from last season. It's great quality, it's very comfortable, nice and soft and heavy.
Yep.
So it is good quality.
And it's supporting
product.
the team. All that money goes
Absolutely.
right back into what we do for the football team.
What other ways do you guys raise money?
Well, the program book we do by, getting ads, which is something that kind of shows the support, and it's a keepsake for all of the players each year. We put in their pictures and their stats and the cheerleaders and all of that. And that's a good amount of money with a lot of the support that we get from the local businesses.
I see one.
Oh,
And when does this
Those we usually do at the beginning of the season. So
Okay.
we're out talking to businesses, right off the bat. We have in the past done golf tournaments. We didn't do one this year. We did one at the end of last year. But we didn't do one this year because we're just finding that a lot of the businesses are being approached, and we're having a hard time asking yet again for donations.
Sure.
So we decided this year with doing it last year, we were going to take a year off and kind of reevaluate that and see if there are other ways that we can do things to raise money that we're not asking for so much of the donations from the businesses, because I know the businesses get asked by every organization and team and sport in this town, and they've been fabulous. They've always been so supportive. So what we tried to do this year a little bit more was partner with them. Village Florist, instead of asking for the flowers as a donation for homecoming, we just asked for their cost, and they were more than willing
Nice.
to do something like that. We've done it for pizzas that we order, or we're trying to set up those type of partnerships so that everybody benefits, and it just makes it a little bit easier on us all. We've also done comedy nights in the past. We've done a Rocky Marciano night, which we have a family on our team who's related to Rocky Marciano, and they came and showed film and gave a speech, and we hopefully will do that again, because that was a
Nice.
great night. We're just looking for different ways that we can kind of slowly gather up the money and make it something that maybe the kids could get involved in also, or anything that's going to allow us to do it without it being overwhelming.
So back to this.
Mm-hmm.
What is the cutoff date for people to get their ads in, or?
That
is
has
that
already
passed?
been produced for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we usually do that at the beginning of the season, but
Okay.
if anybody's interested, we'll be starting again.
Okay.
And it's a great way to kind of get your information into the book, because that'll be in everybody's hands.
Sure.
And each of the businesses that are either on the card or in the book, we put on the website, and we link to their website.
Oh, nice.
So we also announce them at every home game. So we try to support them back for supporting us.
Great. Nice community relationship.
Yeah.
So do you have any events? You did mention that you had some in the past. Is there anything planned for this coming season, or is it at postseason when the events typically
For
happen?
fundraising events, I think we're done for this season. I mean, we'll always accept donations. By all means,
Sure.
the Blue Knight cards will always be for sale, and the merchandise, and all of that brings in money to help the program also. I believe what we'll start to do is maybe do some of the events off-season. We never stop. As soon as the season's over, we continue to have our meetings and set things up for the next season. And we're finding that if we can do some of the events in the off-season, then everybody can enjoy the football season. So we will still be out there talking to businesses probably January, February, once everything settles down. But for events for the football players, we still have senior night, which is November 2nd.
Okay.
And that's their last home game. We bring the seniors out onto the field with their parents. We have pictures taken. We do what we do for a homecoming and just decorate it up and kind of try to make it a memorable experience, because for a lot of these kids after this season, they may not go on and play. So this is it. And a lot of these kids have started in Pop Warner when they were in
Sure.
second and third grade. So it's a big emotional night for everybody, I think, at that point. And
Yeah.
it's a great way to see. I know my son at the Borden game, the first game, he had said to me, it's amazing to turn around with 2 minutes left in the game and still see the stands completely packed. That means a lot to these kids,
Right.
to be able to see the stands packed and the community there. So
Yeah, they are great events to go to. Now you have sandwichgridiron.com.
Yeah.
You also have a Facebook page that is.
We do have a
is
Facebook page.
Nice to be liked if you go to their page and
Yep.
like their Facebook page. What is it? Facebook page?
It's-
Sandwich Gridiron.
I think it's SHS Sandwich Gridiron. If you just
Okay.
search Sandwich Gridiron, or if you go to the website, there's a link right there. We tried to set up a Twitter and a Facebook page so that we can get word out. I mean, our big thing this year was communication, and the more we can communicate, because things change, even with the games and the
That's right.
schedules. Just to make the community aware, to make the parents aware, to keep people involved. I think we started this year with a barbecue just before the season started, and this was the first year that we had tried to do something like this. And it was very well attended. and very well appreciated. It was just after, you know, the tryout week when the kids are in the heat all day, just to have them on a Friday afternoon and their parents just all come together and have a barbecue and just get to know everybody was the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
And it's that type of communication that we're trying to keep going.
Yeah, strongly suggest you like the page. Again, you find out if there are any changes coming up or any events, and it's a great way to communicate. And I do appreciate you doing that because it's
We try.
it saved some missed timing. So it's great to have that out there. One of the things that people probably don't think about is on these away games, when the kids get on the bus, they're several hours ahead of the game, and they're at night. So the Gridiron, actually, you guys feed them on the bus?
Yeah, we try to supply, you know, sandwiches, chips, cookies, drinks. By the time the kids leave, usually for an away game, it's about maybe 4 o'clock or 3:30. They get to the game starts at 7, they're done by 9 at the latest, and back here at 10. But they really haven't eaten since
Right.
3 o'clock, and they just played, you know, an enormous game, and they're starving. And in the past, it's been really tough to, you know, wait until 10 o'clock by the time they get
Right.
back. So we've been doing that over this last year or two, and that's worked out really well. And a lot of the parents have been involved, which has been fantastic, because when you can't get involved and you can't go to the meetings or really take on big jobs, the little jobs like this, like donating water and Gatorade and chips and that kind of stuff, and allowing some of the other parents just to put them together is been fantastic and very well appreciated.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, these guys eat big on a regular occasion.
On a regular basis.
So to have them after a game, I'm guessing, and I've witnessed this as well, that sandwich, chips, and cookies and soda
Yeah.
is just enough to get them home so they can chow out again.
Right, so that they can go through your own fridge.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. But it's been a great program.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the barbecue and these kids playing since Pop Warner. The parents have come along this whole ride, and some of our dearest friends are from this whole experience. So it's greatly appreciated, all the efforts you do to keep everybody together and doing these social events and having fun together.
Yeah.
It really helps gel everybody.
It does, and I think, you know, we have great parents in this town, and we have, you know, great supporters throughout the community. So it is kind of nice to enjoy it. And it's nice for the boys to see that they do have that support. I think, you know, they're out there on the field, and it's hard enough for them, but they're doing that. And the only way that we can support them is to be there for them and to provide these little events and these little things that maybe make it a better experience.
Yeah, it is, because they spend all day when they're practicing with their coaches, and their coaches have a different agenda. Their coach's agenda is to win,
Right.
and to make them great players. And for the Gridiron to be out there just supporting them on the other peripheral things and keeping them together and keeping them fed, it's been a great marriage between
Yeah.
the staff and the Gridiron.
Yeah, and the coaches have been wonderful. I know we work together pretty well. I know there are times when, you know, Gridiron gets in the way of football, like we've got to take the pictures for the program book, but they've been great. They've always given us access to the boys, and they've always been really supportive in helping us do what we do so that they can do what they do.
Yeah. How are we doing for time? 5 minutes?
We had talked about everything.
Wow. So, Lori, going forward, what is some of the biggest items on your agenda that you need to accomplish?
Well, I know, you know, it's been great, and we've been very thankful that the Pop Warner Field has allowed us to play at their field. I mean, the Friday night games have been wonderful. But I think what everybody really wants is to play at our own field. And I know that that's happening. I think the one stumbling block that's really holding us back to be able to play for football, to play there, are the lights.
Yeah.
And that's a huge expenditure. I know that the DeConto organization is raising money to complete, you know, they've done a great job with the track. But I know that something to get lights and to get bleachers at the high school field would allow us to play there. And I know the coaches and the kids have all said many times it would be great if at halftime they could go back into their own locker
Sure.
room or, you know, on the rainy days, this past game that we just had where it was pouring. I mean, it was fine, and the boys are playing and they're doing a great job, but to be on your own home field and actually be at your own school and have that kind of pride, that I think would be wonderful. As in with the weight room, you know, we applied for grants, and we'll always keep looking for grants. This is a little bit bigger than the Sandwich Gridiron can do, but corporate sponsorships or anything like that, you know.
Now, is there a relationship? Are you guys working in conjunction with the DeConto?
We don't, because they are two separate projects at the moment. I mean, we do have them on our website, and we link with them, and we, you know, direct people to them. I know they're selling the bricks, and they're doing their own fundraising towards it. It just, we've looked into it, the Gridiron itself, just to see what it would take. And I know that the DeConto family, I think, just recently put something out where it's hundreds of thousands of dollars to put up lights. I don't know if there's another way around it. I mean, that's kind of one of those things that maybe needs to start being our future project, and it's something that we'll discuss at our off-season meetings as to what's the next goals. But that, I know, is in everybody's heart to get the kids back at the school.
Yes, yeah, I know they would like that as a proud citizen of Sandwich, as most of us are. It would be nice to be able to have a great facility like that. Because last week's game, or the last game that it rained, it was a warm rain.
Yeah.
You know, put that in November or late October, and that halftime's going to be brutal if it's raining out. So that would be nice for that. And just pride for the team, pride for the community.
Yeah.
One last call out for members. You looking for people to join?
Yes, we would absolutely love to have members. I mean, what we try to do now is to break everything down into little pieces. So nobody needs to be afraid if they come to a meeting, you know, they're going to get, you know, tasked with putting lights at the field. It's not going to happen like that. We break it down into little pieces so that everybody can kind of do a little bit of something. Like we're talking with the food on the buses. We have one parent that's kind of coordinating for the freshman and JV games to just talk to other parents and get the food in. We had some parents that coordinated the flowers for homecoming. So if we can get people in, and there have been many offers of help, it helps if they come to the meeting and they can see what is coming up and what we're doing and what's necessary in the immediate future. It's kind of hard to dole it out when you don't know who's available for when. But we would love to have anybody at the meetings. We have them, they're listed on the website. There's actually one this Thursday. And then every month we usually have it the first Thursday of the month. But it's always listed on the website, and it's held at the high school.
Okay, great. So concerning parents or community people, if you're interested in supporting a great program, show up at one of their meetings. You can check the schedule out for the games and the meetings as well at sandwichgridiron.com. You can purchase your Blue Night cards at sandwichgridiron.com, as well as some of the great apparel that you sell. And go to the games. They're a fantastic event. It's really a lot of fun. And Lori, I thank you for joining us on Sandwich Chamber Presents.
Thank you for having us.
And if you are interested in watching this program, you can see it on Channel 13. It is also on the sandwichcommunitytv.com, as well as their YouTube channel and Facebook. So lots of opportunities to share this program around, build up some momentum for the Sandwich Gridiron. Thanks for joining us.